This is Michigan Moments, rediscovering the pioneering history of the Great Lakes State. Escanaba sits on a shore where rail lines ran to the water and where work shaped daily life. By the 1890s, this town on Little Bay de Noc had become one of the busiest iron ore shipping ports in the Great Lakes. Trains arrived day and night from the iron ranges of Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Their cars rolled onto long wooden docks that stretched into deep water. Gravity did the rest. Iron ore slid down chutes and into waiting ships bound for steel mills far to the south. On the morning of June 17, 1909, disaster struck. Ore dock number 5 collapsed without warning. Loaded rail cars and heavy timber fell into the bay below. The noise carried across town. People ran toward the shoreline, expecting the worst. No one was killed. Within a year, the dock was rebuilt and shipping resumed. Before iron, pine forests powered the town. Logs were floated, cut, and stacked by the thousands. Sawmills lined the riverbanks. Lumber wealth built homes, businesses, and hotels. One of the men shaped by that industry was William Bonifas, who later used his success to support schools, churches, and public spaces. Downtown, Ludington Street told a different story. Brick storefronts held banks, drugstores, theaters, and clothing shops. The House of Ludington Hotel stood nearby, offering steam heat, private baths, and meals that drew travelers arriving by rail and ship. Along the shoreline, fishing boats worked the bay. Whitefish and trout were packed in ice and shipped by rail to distant cities. One fish company even installed the city's first gas pump to keep boats running. Then came smelt. They were not native to Lake Michigan. By the 1930s, they arrived in such numbers that the shoreline seemed alive. Families gathered at night with lanterns and nets. Buckets filled quickly. For a few nights each spring, work paused, and the town gathered together. During the Great Depression, Escanaba made a choice. In 1938, it opened the William Bonifas Auditorium. Built of stone and meant to last, it served as a gym, a stage, and a meeting place. It opened when money was tight and hope mattered. By 1940, Escanaba was no longer a frontier port. It was a working city shaped by iron, timber, water, and people who stayed. Thanks for watching. Please follow us for future episodes. This has been Michigan Moments, offering bite-sized morsels of Michigan history.